Library, which is the branch of the Smithtown Library, is an adaptive reuse of an existing building. It is an old New York State armory structure. The community had acquired it, or the town of Smithtown had acquired it from the federal government, and was unable to use it for the purposes they wanted it for. They offered it to the Smithtown Library system, and I was able to step in, take a look at that project, and intercede on the library's behalf to determine that the building was more than viable as a library, even though it had fallen to rack and ruin and disrepair. It's a wonderful building. Because of its large and open spaces, we wind up with the great spaces that you need in libraries, and smaller spaces for children's libraries and meeting rooms that were all fell out of just taking the utilization of it and rethinking it. It's a green building. It is a LEED building. It will probably achieve LEED Silver, and it's one of 4 projects in the Smithtown Library program. They're part of over a $20 million bond referendum. We're renovating all 4 of their libraries. But in this case, in the Nesconset Library, as adaptively reusing something in the community, we have taken their library out of a strip storefront and moved it across the street to a majestic and wonderful building. It allows us to be very green. There can't be anything more green than using a building that's in the community that has such great history and such great utilization, and the sadness of it kind of sitting in disuse. I think that this is an opportunity for many communities to look at buildings that they have in their community and say, can't I reuse that? Can't I use it for something like a library? Can I make it part of the fabric of my neighborhood and part of my community? And I think that's what we've done. It's a wonderful project. The Smithtown Library buildings will all be LEED projects. They're all going under full renovation. We already have 2 complete in Comac and the Nesconset branches, and we are now working on the Main, which is Smithtown Main, and working on their other Kings Park branch, so that all 4 will be renovated and made part and whole and green and sustainable projects. There's an opportunity in taking the fabric of their buildings when they are existing and adding to them, but there is also the wonderment of taking a structure that means so much to the community and then just revamping it and giving it back its life and making it special for everyone to use. Some of the challenges of the building itself were that it was in disrepair. It had been broken into, it had been graffitied, so there's that physical difficulties that we had to get over those hurdles. There also was, I think, the differences in this particular community, because there were 4 different branches, that this particular library would be the best one, or the biggest one, or the newest one. And all of that was to be reality. However, the others are all being modified and brought up to today's standards and to the wonderment of 2011 and 2012 in the 21st century. I think some of the things that we toughed through was making sure it was still structurally sound, that it was environmentally friendly. We had to clean it out, obviously, when we first got our hands on it, but my office has done numerous projects like that. We're doing one right now again, where we have to literally clean the building out before we can really get started. We refitted its roof line. Literally, we're able to take the rifle range in the armory and convert it to office and usable space, and I dare ask anyone who enters to try to find where the old rifle range is. I'm not sure they would ever know. It gave us the opportunity to put in all new electrical and mechanical systems that work beautifully, and so there were the challenges were, and there were the political challenges. You will face those, and you can face those in the municipalities, fighting each other or maybe not working together. But in this instance, after a little bit of a dance, which I think they finally got over, they realized if one could do the good thing and give it away, the other could do the good thing and say, yes, I'll take it. And that was also a challenge, because I think politically there was always the edge of that tension of whose is it and who wants it, and who's going to look good because of it. The silly part is everybody looks good and looks great when a project like this comes to life.